Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McRae here. Okay, in this video, I just want to quickly mention to all you fine folks out there who enjoy reading novels and reading books. I'm unfortunately not a big reader. I mean, I can read, obviously. I read for a living. But I'm not much of a reader of fiction. I think the only fiction book, honest to goodness, that I've read from cover to cover might be To Kill a Mockingbird back in high school. I mean, I just not a big fiction reader, which is ironic because I love movies and I love ideas and creating and characters and you know, creating moments and scenes. And so it's kind of ironic, but I just just not a big fiction reader. But anyway, for those of you that are, you will be happy to know, because I know this has been a question on many of your minds, whether or not they were going to release something like this. Well, you know, word has come down the pipe that they are, according to several online sources, including HalloweenDailyNews.com and BloodyDisgusting.com. They are releasing an official novelization of Halloween 2018 4 days after the theatrical release of the movie on Friday, October the 19th, 2018. So on October 23rd, they are releasing that book. That's when you can get the book. And this is what Bloody Disgusting had to say about the official novelization of the movie. In the immediate wake of David Gordon Green's Halloween, bringing Michael Myers back to the big screen on October the 19th, the film's official novelization will be released on October 23rd. In the novelization, penned by John Passarella, it says, quote, "In 1978, Laurie Strode survived an encounter with Michael Myers, a masked figure who killed her friends and terrorized the town of Haddonfield, Illinois on Halloween night. Myers was later gunned down, apprehended, and committed to Smiths Grove State Hospital. For 40 years, memories of that nightmarish ordeal have haunted Laurie, and now Myers is back once again on Halloween, having escaped a routine transfer, leaving a trail of bodies in his wake. This time, Laurie is prepared, with years of survival training to protect herself, her daughter Karen, and her daughter Allison, a teenager separated from her family and enjoying Halloween festivities." Now, actually, I think that's a typo. It says her daughter Karen and her daughter Allison. On the back of the actual book, it actually says her daughter Karen and her granddaughter Allison. I just read it. I emphasized the second her, so it still sort of made sense. But anyway, you can pre-order the book for just $8 US, $8 US, through Dark Delicacies. And there's a look at the back cover and cover of what will be the novelization, penned by John Passarella. Passarella, I'm assuming. So like I said, for everybody out there who wants to get their hands on this, you can pre-order it now, by the way. That's kind of cool. Like I said, I'm not a big reader of fiction, but I'll probably pick this book up because this is an exception, right? I mean, this is Halloween. There's no doubt that I'll be more than able to get into this book because of what it is. But by and large, I just don't read fiction. Which is, you know, like I said off the top of the video, it's kind of ironic. But the only thing that worries me, and I'm not saying that John Passarella is going to do this, because obviously there are rules and regulations in place for when the author is penning a novel of a story that has already been told through a visual medium such as a movie. So he can't just have at it and do whatever the hell he wants. He has to follow what David Gordon Green and Danny McBride have done in Halloween 2018. But there could be some things in the novel that he might be able to milk a bit more because he has more time, and they don't have the time to do that in the movie. Obviously, you can put more detail into a novel for those reasons. You can expand on characters. You can maybe have a couple of characters in the book that weren't in the novel. In the movie. The only thing that bothers me, that worries me, is that I'm hoping that Blumhouse and Universal, you know, they've put, you know, some pretty good rules and regulations in place that, okay, you know, you can do this and you can do that because we don't want to limit you creatively. I mean, you are an author and we want you to do what you do. We want you to take this story, look at this and go, okay, I'm going to put this in here, but with you guys, would you mind if I expanded on this? And they would work together. How do you feel about this? David Gordon Green, yeah, I like that. That's sort of what I was thinking. You can put that in the novel. There's some sort of agreement, obviously, in place. He doesn't just write whatever the hell he wants, right? Because it has to be approved because it's the official novel. So whatever he puts in it that is not in the movie will, in theory, at the very least, be canon. So my worry is that I don't want, because in some books, there's things, depending on how thick the book is, and depending on who you are, because I'm a movie guy and I would much rather watch the movie than read the book, whatever it is, I don't want there to be shit in the novel that in order for me to make sense of whatever happened in the movie, I have to read the novel or I have to know somebody who's read it so they can tell me about it. I don't want that shit. No. The movie is the movie that's canon, okay? That's what put it in the movie. Now, I don't mind if there's some things that are expanded, like there's a scene in the movie that obviously for time they had to cut short, so in the novel it's expanded a bit, gives, some more context. That's cool, that's okay, but I don't want it to be full of that. I don't want there to be some, ambiguous things in there where there's like this whole, like, for example, if not showing how Michael Myers, and this is just my opinion, okay? You could disagree, that's fair, depends on who you are, all right? Depends on what you want and what your style is, creatively. But as far as we know, according to Nick Castle himself, by his own admission, at one of the recent MonsterCon or whatever the hell it was, he was talking about how the original plan of the opening to Halloween was actually to show Michael Myers being caught. And there was the potentiality that the idea was that he was going to be caught on the front lawn. And I was like, oh, fuck, no, absolutely unequivocally not. And he was going through this really cool sort of camera trick where, they go down the arm of Dr. Loomis. Obviously, it would be a stand-in. You see the gun, 6 shots are fired, Michael falls off the balcony, police lights, all that kind of stuff, right? But they decided against that because, by and large, at the end of the day, they felt the ambiguous sort of, we don't know how it happened. We might be able to allude to it, but we want to keep that a mystery. They felt that worked better. Nick Castle, as a director himself, even agreed with that, he said to the moderator. And I agree with that too. Absolutely 100%. I absolutely agree with that. So just my opinion, I don't want now at the very beginning of this book to be like, 15 pages of this opening that describes in detail how Michael Myers was caught. I don't know if I don't mind if you say that he was, apprehended in an alley down the street or something like that, but I don't want all this detail about how he was caught because then you're humanizing him too much. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, Dave, you've said he's human. He's mortal. Well, yes, he's human, okay? But there's that supernatural element to him. There's that flavor there. There's that, what the fuck, right? You're not supposed to know. So I think alluding to maybe how he was caught, he was apprehended down, an alley. Okay, cool. That keeps that disconnect there. That keeps that separation. If the author goes into detail about how he was caught and he was handcuffed and he was put in the back of the paddy wagon and they're talking to him and he's got that. That's why I didn't like that's not the only reason why, but that's one of the reasons why I hated the ending of Halloween 5 when Michael is in chains in the cell and we see him kind of going, oh, fuck. Like, what is this shit? You're humanizing him. He's caught. He's in there doing a human thing, kind of, there with his, shoulders kind of just, I didn't like that shit. So I don't want to read about how he was caught. I don't mind if you have something at the beginning that maybe helps give some context. Cool. But those are the things that I'm worried about reading a novel for me. Number one, I don't want there to be things in the movie that in order for me to make sense of, I have to go and read the novel. I hate that shit. And number two, I don't want them to get, nitty gritty into the details of how Michael Myers was caught or really anything to do with Michael Myers because he is supposed to be the absence of character and the absence of motive. He is supposed to be full of mystery and mystique and eeriness and wonder. And, the more detail you give about, where he's been, who he's been talking to, who's been talking to him, maybe some of you would like that. I just don't want that. You humanize Michael Myers just just a little too much. So those are my two concerns. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Are you excited about the official Halloween 2018 novelization? Are you going to pre-order it? Are you going to pick it up? Are you going to read it? Are you going to go to the movie and then you're going to get the book and then you're going to read the book and you're going to be in bed? Even though you just saw it 4 days earlier, but maybe because it's fresh in your mind and you'll be able to read the book. You're like, woo! Comment below and let me know. My name's Dave McRae. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. That's where you can follow me in the meantime and in between time when I'm not posting here, because that's where I tend to post. The link is in the description. As well, if you want to help support the channel each and every month via Patreon, you can do that. The link is in the description as well. And also, I have a merch store now. That link is in the description. Spreadshirt. I keep wanting to say spreadsheet. Spreadshirt.ca/McRae Express. I only got 2 designs up there at the moment, but they're pretty cool. Check them out if you're interested. So yeah, in the meantime and in between time, I will talk to you guys soon. Cheers.